some of my press work I finished up doing for the Chinkford Times, which was part of the Yellow Advertiser Group from Basildon. They own the Chinkford Times. And they would send me to Chinkford for weekend events. That's a double-page spread I got there. This was all on my digital Pentax K10D. And I would use film flash. So it's a bit of film flash so you can see in his glasses. And then film on bright sunlight because it was synchronised at 180th of a second, that camera. Not as good as the Nikon, which was 250, but Pentax was 180th. Then I got a double page spread. I got some at the start there as an introduction, and I got some on the end here. I even got a marriage proposal there. Marriage made in Chinkford. They proposed on the stage, you see. And I got policemen set up. That's set up. A lot of these pictures, they're all set up. Because you can't hang around and wait for things to happen. With local press, you have to pose it up so they can see the faces. When they're talking, they're in a little semicircle. All you get is backs of their heads. So you say, 1 minute, I'm from the Yellow Advertiser. Get together here, and you've got to open them out and so you can see their faces so they will buy the newspaper.
Did you have any tricks for kind of getting people relaxed and happy looking?
Yeah, just act a bit stupid, I normally do. Oh, here we are. All the fun of the festival. This is another one of my jobs at Chinkford there. All on with Pentax 35mm. Oh, few different lenses. Then the Yellow Advertiser Brentwood edition. Now, we used to occasionally get work from them, you see. The front page here, we never forget. But so now, I put my veterans gear on and I march with them now. But that was when before I used to march with them. Here's me. Oh, here we are. Me with my veterans gear because my wife took that with the mayor.
Did she get a credit?
Yes. Pictures by Eden Elgar and Peter Elgar. Got a credit. That's right. I think, in fact, in that one, she got more pictures in than I did. Photos by Eden and Peter Elgar, that's right, in the Yellow Advertiser. Then the Brentwood Gazette, I used to get a bit of work from them, but it all went in the end. All the star photographers all lost their jobs, and everything went up wrong. There's me. That was out of the Brentwood Gazette. You do something fun, you get your picture in the paper. See, I have done videos. I'm a big print, but this is one of my favourite ones. I've enlarged it up in the style of David Bailey. And that is an actor, because I used to do actors as well, and I would have them in my lounge here, and that was my projection screen, and that was with Bowen's Studio Flash. This was my 1971 Pentacon 6, and a Kodak Aero Ectar lens that I was given by my friend Humphrey Bishop, who died. I was given that lens, a great big heavy lens, but used to be using it for aerial photography, and I found that it gave very good results. It's just as sharp as a Hasselblad lens, but it was dated 1943. Kodak Aero Ectar. That was on Kodak film, Kodak T-Max 100. The judge says there's some tiny little white bits down here, little triangles. They marked it down because I wanted to print the whole border, you see. The black border, I wanted to print it like that. Judge marked it down.
What would your process be? So you said he came here.
Yeah.
And did you have a screen, a background?
Yeah, that was my projection screen.
Right.
I would do actors here, and I would get them jobs in EastEnders and stuff like that. Now this is a digital picture. Wow.
Wow.
Now I was given a Canon EOS 1000D from 2008. My mate Richard gets up 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm just getting back to sleep then because I suffer terribly from insomnia. I'm just getting back to sleep. He's at Boot Fair. And he gave me this free Canon to encourage me. So that was when I organised a trip to Kentwell Hall. And that's with a Canon EOS 10 megapixel. That's
blown up beautifully.
Yeah. Highly commended. Brentwood and District Photographic Club. Oh, I've got a highly usually I don't get anything because all the digital fakers. There is this film that was on a Canon EOS film camera, 1000 FN.
What year was that?
That was a Canon 1000 FN. I think 1990s because there was a film in that which they took when their kids were small, and their kids are 30 years old now. So I developed the film and scanned it and emailed it. They was over the moon, and the poor gent went and died. So his wife gave me that camera, so I'm very appreciative of it. That was on a coach trip to Camden Lock, because I go on my one-day coach trips. Now this is from the Philippines. In the Catholic cemetery at the Philippines, you get all skulls and bones. If you don't pay your rent for your little box where your relatives get put in a little box, you don't pay your rent, after 10 years, they'll take your bones out and dump them. You haven't paid your rent and put somebody else in there. So that's some person. Yeah, it's all like in the Philippines. It's a great place. If you don't mind if you're looking at a few bones, wouldn't be allowed in this country. Now here's one. On a coach trip to Felixstowe. I printed that myself because that's the biggest I can print digital. It's a scanned negative. It's on a Hasselblad. It was on Fuji NPH film dated 2002. So it's an out-of-date film. It's been kept in a fridge. Processed it myself. I was down at the seaside at Felixstowe. The judge says it shouldn't be on a black mount. They're so fussy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it off there. I'm going to take it up and I put it on a white mount and I put it in again. See what the next judge says. Yeah, it's my. That was on show last night at the Print Battle versus Upminster Camera Club. That was taken here in the lounge.
Right, wow.
That was on 6x7 transparency Agricolor CT18 film, 50 ASA.
So is this chap a punk? Or?
He dressed up. His mum was called Aileen Hatchard, and she was a lady who would run a theatrical casting agency, and she would get people who wanted to be models for advertisements, and her son went in for it. So she would dress him up in different outfits. Sometimes he would have a nice hat on and be all smart. Then she dressed him up like a punk, so to get him work, you see. Right. So that was one of the pictures I took. Yeah, the judge says it's very good, but you should have used what they call this here. When you take about a dozen pictures and you on digital and you. What's it called? Focus stacking.
Oh, focus stacking.
Focus.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's on film. It's on out of date Konica Pro 400 film.
Yeah.
And it's on film. You've got to do focus stacking with film. That's untouched. The judge says you should have darkened in round here. But I thought I got quite good. That's in Lebanon on another coach trip. But I like it. But there we are. It's pity the judges don't like it.
The prints that are bigger, are you doing those yourself?
No, that one I didn't do myself because I got a colour lab to do that now. But the black and white to do myself, that's done here.
And is that a proper gelatin
On
print?
film, yeah, gelatin film. It's on Ilford Delta 100, developed in 510 Pyro, on multigrade 4 Pearl, the gardener. And he is a friend of our French lady who has a allotment. And that he brought his. We've done a studio evening. Now this is one of my Filipino prints. I've done on Leica M6 because I've got Leica as well. I finally got a Leica bought from a camera club friend at great expense. Out of date Kodak VX200, printed on RA4 Kodak Endure. This was glossy. And the judge said, "Oh, he didn't like that bloke there. But I like the two blokes and I like the two girls. I like it. I like it. It never won an award, but it was shown. This one got 2 awards, 2 highly commended. That's on film. The Chatham Dockyard, the 1940s event. Got here. The coach company put up the price this year, so we may not go. It's on film. Yeah. That's another Filipino one. That's from 35mm. I mean, haircut. That was on Fuji Riala. I never had Riala, but I was given some rolls of Riala, all out of date. Printed that.
Was that just you were out and about in the town and you
Yeah.
saw that happening?
Yeah, they all do that. It gets dark at 6 o'clock at night there, and it gets light at 6 o'clock in the morning. It never varies because they on the equator. See, that's in London. That's on Leica M6 with my 35 Sumilux lens, and Agfa Vista 200 used to be able to get that pound a roll. But I like it, but the judge didn't like it. I like semi-cinema. I like that colour, but no, not judge didn't like it. Never got anywhere.
Have you ever judged?
Yeah, I used to go judging when I was in my 20s, but I got fed up with it. You turn up at Ardley Green Camera Club once near Romford. 5 members there. They expect you to talk for 2 hours judging prints, about 8 prints to talk about. 5 members turned up. And then, but luckily it wasn't too far. But I could go for like East London, Edmonton, miles and miles, and they pay you expenses, but you get there and there's hardly anybody there at the camera club. Oh my God, I gave it up in the end. When I started to get ill, with all my troubles, I had to give it up, all my cancers and that. That would take my Pentax Club trip to America.
Pentax Club?
Yeah, the Pentax Club of Great Britain. I joined that when it first formed, and used to have a magazine. I would get pictures in the magazine. They used to run trips, so that's one of the trips. That was an Ilford Pan F black and white film with Pentax screw thread.
And that looks like it's tinted.
I tinted it, a sepia tone, that in thiocarbamide, which I mixed up myself. What's this one? Oh, yeah, Trip to America. That is a Pace of Reflection, New York. That was on a P30N camera a lady gave me.
Is that Ground Zero?
Yeah, Ground Zero. That was my homemade microfen developed with 1+1 on Ilford Delta 100 with a 24mm, £10 lens, Carl Zeiss Jena. Got 10 quid for a 24mm lens. No, it never got any awards. It been in 2 competitions, never won any awards. I mean, this is, see, another coach trip. Faversham for the Hop Festival. And there was, I call that hirsute character. That was on outdated FK 40, KB 40. And then that was, my mate Humphrey Bishop gave me 30-metre links of it. He never opened it. And the date's 1993. Never used the film.
Do you roll your own film?
Yeah, roll my own film, yeah. There is one of Brentwood characters. I always like him. Gary, his name is. But I think he's passed on now. This was before he had his haircut. That was taken with a Canon EOS 300V I was given. And Roger now, 1:50, that was taken with KB 200, dated 1998 film. That is an A4, sepia-toned, interior Canterbury Cathedral. With a Canon EOS 300V again. Ilford XP2 400 Super. And I scanned the negative, and that's an inkjet print, that one, trying it out. But
so when you're photographing something like that, you've got lights, you've got highlights, you've got
Yeah.
shadows. How do you go about setting the exposure for something like that?
You have to, well, with these modern cameras, you've got matrix metering. The matrix metering takes readings from all the light bits and all the dark bits all over, and it averages it all out and gives you very good exposure, matrix metering.
So you haven't got to do too much afterwards to fix it all up?
No, but you can darken bits down, but the judge says it's too light up there again. Oh, my God, fathers, where the light comes, it's sort of darken that down, but I don't know how you darken bits down in a digital scan. I've tried this thing called a burn tool, and all it does, you put it over a burn tool and sort of rub it over, and it puts a grey tone over it, all grey. And I didn't want it all grey, I wanted it sepia. And it would show up. So, and the darkroom, I could make a hole in my hands and put some light through on it and burn it in the darkroom on a bit of paper, and it will go dark, there's no problems.